Let's talk about email marketing and how you can go ahead and apply it in your business. So firstly, the two phases. Phase 1 is indoctrination, and phase 2 is daily Seinfeld emails. All right, so let's dive into each. Phase 1, indoctrination. Now this is essentially where you're just getting to know your customer for the very first time. You're building a relationship with your customer for the very first time. You're letting them know who you are, and again, leading with your best foot forward. So the goals of your indoctrination campaign are firstly, to familiarize your prospect with who you are and what you're about. You'll include a little bit of your story, and you want to be clear on what you stand for and what you stand against within your indoctrination campaign, so you repel people who aren't, of course, of the same like-mindedness of you, and you attract people who you want to go ahead and work with. 2, you want to sell your products and your services in a non-intrusive manner. So again, this is the first time someone's in your world, this is the first time someone's on your list. How do you think they'll feel if you immediately try to hammer your product and service down their throat 12 different times? You're going to burn out your list very quickly. So you do want to sell in your actual indoctrination campaign. Don't shy away from it, because again, it's one of the times that they're most responsive, but at the same time, you have to do it in a way that's non-intrusive and again, doesn't repel them away from opening in the future. Third, you want to tell them what to expect as a subscriber and let them know what's in it for them when they open your emails. So you always want to be selling the next step of the sales process. Like I've mentioned a couple times, especially in the workshop, every step of the sales process sells the next step of the sales process. That's why you see oftentimes when I write an email, I talk about what's coming next if you open up tomorrow's email, or the webinar that I'm hosting next week. I'm leaving an open loop to the next thing. Again, selling the next step. On my bridge page, I'm going to say, be sure to check your email inbox. I just sent you an email that shows you how you can claim over $2,000 worth of bonuses, et cetera, et cetera. I'm always selling the next step. You want to tell your subscriber what's in it for them in very clear benefits when they actually tune in to your marketing, all right? So you're going to learn X, Y, Z. 3-4 times a week, I'm going to go ahead and create YouTube videos, Facebook posts, et cetera, blog posts once a week. Again, helping you to get more traffic, generate more leads, make more sales, and do so, leveraging the power of systems. So you can have more freedom, right? So again, make it about them and make it about what they want to go ahead and achieve. Number 4, you want to get engagement and set up increased delivery in the future. So how I do this is I usually get people to reply. This is a quick little hack. In those first couple of emails, if you can get engagement, if you can get someone to reply to that email, if you can get someone to go ahead and engage, reply, click, read the email through to the very end, scroll down throughout the actual email, the email delivery services see that someone opened, someone read, someone clicked, and then in the best case scenario, someone went ahead and replied to that email. What does that do? It tells them that you're a real person. So what do you do when you get an email from your mom, if you have a good relationship with your mom? You open it and you reply to it. What do you do when you get an email from a marketer? You drag it to the spam folder. Damn marketers, right? So again, we want to categorize ourselves more in the position of someone who, again, the person who's getting the email trusts, knows, like, and trust. And again, we want to set ourselves up for future engagement by getting engagement at the very beginning. So I'm always trying to do that within my engagement series. So oftentimes you'll see me say, hey, let me know, what your biggest challenges you're facing online between traffic, leads, sales, and follow-up. Just let me know with a quick reply. And I'll say that in the first email that I send out in an automated fashion. What'll happen? That first email hits their inbox, they reply, I immediately get engagement. Gmail says, all the different services says, okay, cool, this guy's the real deal. And from then on out, I'm hitting the inbox instead of the spam folder. So again, I can increase the response of my list moving forward. Does that make sense? And lastly, again, you want to condition them to keep opening your emails in the future. So I talked about it a minute ago. Within your indoctrination campaigns, if you can include open loops to the next thing. So on day 1, congratulations on opting in. Tomorrow, I'm going to share with you 4 of my best blog posts if you just open tomorrow. They open tomorrow. congratulations on opening. Here's my 4 best blog posts. Tomorrow, I'm going to share with you the one thing that when I implemented in my business changed everything for me and took me from rock bottom to hero. Be sure you open tomorrow. So do you see how every single email sells them opening the next email, which again, increases deliverability, increases engagement with your autoresponder service, tells them that you're the real deal based on patterns of behavior, and allows you to go ahead and firstly hit the email inbox, but then secondly, condition your people to actually open moving forward down the road. Because when someone does something more than once, over and over and over again, commitment, consistency, what are they likely to continue doing? That same thing, all right? So those are the goals of the actual indoctrination campaign. Again, keep it very low key, let them know what you're all about, let them know the big benefit that's in it for them from going ahead and opening, get engagement, condition them to keep opening, and that's really what I'm trying to do at a core level. Now, secondly, phase 2 are daily Seinfeld emails. Now, it's kind of a weird name, right? Who watches the show Seinfeld? Anybody in the back? Nobody? Anybody back here? You do? Okay. So, what's Seinfeld really about? Nothing, right? But you still watch it. You still watch it, right? But it's kind of just about nothing. Now, why it works so well is because it's just irresistible entertainment that allows people to tune out. It gives people an avenue to kind of escape the stuff that they're dealing with. Like Kate said, lots of people tend to focus on the negative, right? They're focusing on the negative all the time. It gives them a little source to tune out of that negativity for a certain period of time and a little area to escape. Who here can relate to watching a movie to escape? I do it to this day when, I don't feel like dealing with something in the business. I only watch, a documentary on some athlete. That's what I like to do. So from there, really with your daily Seinfeld emails, you're just trying to entertain, educate in a way that's actually valuable and entertaining. I think Keisha said edutainment, right? You're really just trying to give your subscriber a little piece of the day where they can tune out from their daily routine and again, tune in to you and your marketing. Now your goals are firstly to provide irresistible entertainment and to keep your prospects engaged. Secondly, you want to go ahead and build a relationship and a bond with your audience moving forward down the road. How you do this best is with stories, and we'll talk about it in just a minute. Third, you want to sell your products and services. Every single day, you want to sell your products and services. One of the biggest mistakes I see so many people make is they build a list. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy to go ahead and build that list. And then what are they afraid to do? They're afraid to sell to that list because they don't want to burn out the response of the list. They don't want to hurt the actual responsiveness of the list by selling. At a core level, what's your list there to do? It's there to make you money. If you're not willing to sell to your list, will you ever make any money? What's the fastest way for people who are in the workshop to increase the response of a lead? To turn them into a buyer, right? So again, when you sell on a daily basis, it's the equivalent of you going ahead and having your doors open for business. That's how I look at it. If I don't sell on my emails on a daily basis, how is someone going to buy my product? My store is metaphorically closed. And lastly, it'll allow you to filter out your hyper-responsives. So it'll happen at the end of a 30-day period, a 60-day period, a 90-day period. You'll see people who have opened, 15, 20, 30 times a month over and over and over again. Those are the people who are hyper-responsive. Those are the people who will come through and purchase all in. Those are the people who will ascend up your value ladder. Those are the people who will tune in and follow you, again, with everything you do in your marketing. Does that make sense? All right. Now, I know it seems kind of ambiguous, daily Seinfeld emails, right? So I want to talk about the keys to making it work and really a few leverage points that I focus on within my email marketing. So number one, I'm trying to get them to open with curiosity. We talked about the power of curiosity during the actual workshop. But again, if you see a subject line that's just a little bit different and it kind of makes you look like sideways at your computer, you're going, what is that thing? Do you open the email? Yeah. What's the only way you can get someone to engage with the message of your actual email? To get them to open. So if you never get them to open, they can't engage, they can't click, they can't buy, and as a result, nothing happens. So get them to open with curiosity. 2, engage and bond with them through irresistible entertainment. This is stories. What's the oldest means of communication that we have in mankind? Storytelling. Do you remember information or do you remember stories? What's told at the fire, 10,000 years ago that gets passed down generation after generation after generation after generation? Stories. Why do you think, who here has heard me tell 1 or 2 stories before? Who here sees me doing them all the time in my marketing? Why do you think I do that? Because it allows the person on the other end to understand and then also to remember the lesson that the story goes ahead and illustrates. So whenever you have a lesson in your marketing, if you can teach it via a story and via a parable, the person's not only going to get it, but they're also going to remember it. They're more likely to take action on it. When they do that, they're more likely to go ahead and follow you and buy from you in the future. 3, this is a big one, all right? The goal is not to provide how-to content, more how-to content all the time. It's to get them addicted to opening and reading your messages. And how you do that is 80% stories, 20% content. So there is a segment of your list, your email list subscribers, who do want just the pure content, right? And again, you have to go ahead and appeal to everyone on your list. You have to at least try to engage everyone. Everyone doesn't have to like you, but again, you want to engage with everyone, and so you do want to have some content in there. But again, 80% stories, 20% content. Why do people get addicted to watching Seinfeld? Stories, right?